there been a day where you provided yourself a limit? I have to say I have. And let me tell you, it could have been something I would regret over the years.
Today I will share with you my experience in my dance class that inspired me to this day. I will go through the process of learning my experience in dance class. The first day of dance class, I knew how to be prepared. It was my first day. It was something new to me. I had to learn how to be open-minded and be involved into new things. They had all of us new incomer dancers be spread out in a studio, just circled around. Then the instructors provided us a project to create. That project had to be created under 15 minutes, and the project was to spell our names using dance movements. Knowing that my name has 9 letters in it, it was impossible for me to create that under 15 minutes. The funny thing is that each of us new dancers were focusing on each other. So some of us were catching our movements. And turns out we had the same movements together, all combined. So once the 15 minutes were over, we had to come together and present them. 15 minutes were over. I was called first. And I wasn't done. It was incomplete, knowing that my name is Viridiana, having those 9 letters, and making it impossible for me. I had 4 letters left to complete. And I knew in my head that I had to improvise those 4 letters when I was called. I had no choice but to improvise. So I introduced myself with my name. I did my movements, the ones you know, up and down, swivel, swivel. All those movements that you can think of, we did that, but just smaller. After I was done presenting, everyone went up. All of us new incomer dancers were asked by the instructors what we had learned today. Learning how to create movements by using our names. And turns out that wasn't the answer. And all of us, we thought that was the answer. I thought that was the lesson. And that's when the instructors told us if we noticed that all of us in combined had the same movements but just danced differently. They asked us why was that the reason, and I responded because we weren't sure. We were new to this and gave ourselves limitations. We didn't know what to do. We were new to dance. It was a new lesson that we had to perform in the studio. The instructor told us the reason why they provided this project was to see if any of us would expand our knowledge with movements using our names. They told us how we felt after. And I responded that I felt disappointed. I felt disappointed because I wasn't able to express myself. I was small instead of being bigger, how I wanted to be. And I brought myself down because of it. The instructors then told us the lesson was to never limit yourself when it comes to creating anything new or just being into a new idea. To never limit yourself because you will regret it. Knowing that limitation can affect how you feel in your surroundings, it could bring you down, especially focusing on yourself, overthinking a new project and not finding ways to express ourselves through the project. So that was the lesson, and all of us had different answers. I know my experience in dance class was an eye-opener and that it would help me in the long run. Learning how to create movements by using our names, I would never think I would be able to do it. But I did, but it wasn't the best, but it was something new. It taught me a lesson. In conclusion, I share my story about how dance class inspired me and how it taught me to never limit yourself. Or anything you do because you will regret it in the long run. Or how it will affect you in the real world. Because it can. I've seen it. Being given a small project to complete under 15 minutes was an experiment. And to this day, I still remember it completely. Well, I hope I got in your intention about limitations. And hopefully you guys enjoy this story that has changed my perspective when it comes to limiting yourself to new things. I hope you guys do what you want and not be afraid to, especially shutting it down. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there or express yourself. Don't limit yourself on that. And that is the lesson for today, and that is the lesson that I chose to speak out. Learn how to express yourself and never limit yourself.